What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. So I want to talk about how the devil, the narcissist, well, same thing, will try to hurt you, destroy you, and get revenge on you through your children, through your own children. And the way this is done is, say, for example, one of your children has dated a narcissist or been in a long-term relationship with one or even married to one. And you have warned them about it because, you were able to see straight through the person. So, of course, you're going to warn your child about who this is that they're dealing with and how it is affecting them. And being a parent, especially a mother, you're going to notice things within your child. You're going to notice their ups and downs. You're going to notice when something is deeply bothering them. And a lot of times that has to do with the person who they are involved with. And when you start to see a lot of the red flags, like, when you start to see a lot of, when you figure out that something is wrong and you're able to pinpoint it out and you're able to call it out, to your children, a lot of the times that pretty much sends a sign, a warning sign that it's someone else who they are involved with. It doesn't have anything to do with work or school or just struggling through school or, not making the money that they want to make to just be happy or any other little problems that just comes along with life. It has a lot to do with the person who they are involved with. And a lot of times we begin to notice those changes when we are no longer involved with a narcissist, how it's like you feel the difference between when you were with them so much and when you're not with them at all. You start to feel how, you just start to receive your blessings even more because you don't have this evil attached on to you. And you're able to live happy and free, and you can clear your mind of all the clutter and the toxic thoughts that they put inside your mind because they want you to always doubt yourself. They want to pretty much control your thoughts, and they want you to go against your family because the family has warned you about them. That's how narcissists operate. And they will really, have a hold on. Like, think about the movie Poltergeist. And I'm talking about the original one, the one that came out in the 80s. That devil did not care, how much this family would hurt if he would take that child away from them. All he knows is he had his eyes on the prize and he wasn't going to stop until he get her. And he got her. And he almost got her a second time. And it's like, when it comes to your adult children, it's not easy to let their hands go. Because one of the most hardest things I ever had to do is let my children live their own life. I've always been very protective over them, even as adult children. And we've always had a close bonded relationship. And I'm not going to say I was the perfect mother because maybe I did enable them in ways, but my intentions were good because I just wanted to see my children do good in life. And so God told me, I gave you one job and one job only. And if you don't, let go of them a little, you're going to ruin them. And when a narcissist catch wind of your relationship with your child, it's like they want to keep putting that negative thought into their ear to warn them about the parent so that the parent could feel bad about things from the past that, that they are better at. I'll just say that, like, again, no one's a perfect parent and it doesn't comes with instructions. But when you love your kids so much, sometimes you can hurt them by having a tight hold on them and trying to pretty much just guide them through every single thing. Some things you're gonna have to let them figure out on their own, and that's one of the hardest things that I ever had to deal with, being a parent of children who are, late teens, early 20s years. And the thing about it is, like I say, it can hurt them, but it's not like you're trying to hurt them. It's like you were trying to do the best you can as a parent. And once you become aware, like, one of the best things your children can do for you is tell you when they need you to back up a little bit. And they're not saying it to hurt you. They know that you love them. And of course they love you. They just need a little space, a little wiggle room to be able to, do them and live life the way they want to and choose as they want to. So once we start to do that, the narcissist is like, how they get inside of their minds is telling them, you shouldn't listen to your mom because you remember how she used to have a tight hold on you, or you shouldn't listen to your daddy because he'll never let you make your own decisions. And for someone who's still transitioning from that way of life to being free, they're gonna kind of be hesitant on, living life the way they really want to and taking chances, because they're gonna always have in the back of their mind, what will my mom think, or what will my dad think? So that's one thing for them to deal with. And it's important that we just, we never stop praying for our kids. Never stop praying for your children, no matter how old they are. Because, there's this evil in this world, and they will do anything they can to hurt you. And they will even use your own bloodline to get to you. I know this. I've seen it happen. And when this happens, it's like if your child was in a relationship with someone who's a narcissist and it was a difficult relationship for them to let go of, it's like even though, like, okay, what I speak on in these videos, it may help someone, but at the same time, my own children may need this help. And if it hasn't really, reached them in a way to where it's helping them, something is going on, and you're going to always know what's going on with your kids. You're going to always know, and you just know when a narcissist have something to do with it. And it'll get to the point where you will start to question yourself. And it's like the children are aware that this is going on. They know because, like my mom, she speaks on it. I know about it. Like I'm woke to all that. But at the same time, what if your child's heart is bigger than their mind? And they just haven't found that strength that they need to get away from their toxic relationship. So they're giving it the benefit of the doubt. They're still associating with it, and it. Because that narc is trying to come in between you and your child and, y'all's relationship. And that's a very hurtful thing. And it's like, again, it comes a time when we have to just let our kids' hand go and just give it to God. And that's hard. That's really hard to do, especially when we know the evil that's out there in the world. And no matter how old my children are, I don't care if they're in their late 30s. I'm not going to ever stop feeling like I need to be there to protect them. But I've grown to understand that they have to make decisions on their own, and all I can do is just like give them the guidance that they need and warn them about what's out there. And then I got to let them go. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to stop praying for them. I'm going to always pray for my kids. Because again, the evil that's out there, they'll do anything they can to hurt you, to get revenge on you. Like, yeah, you talked them into leaving me, but guess what? They're still not over me. Now I'm going to remind them of how you used to be such a overprotective parent and how it affected you. Just stuff like that. I'll be thinking about things like that a lot. And I just want to put this message out there in case anyone is, maybe dealing with a situation like that concerning you, your kids, and a narcissist. And sometimes it's even like that with a narc parent. Like a parent would use the child to go against the other parent because they know that stronghold. They know the pressure points to push. They know they really just know what to say that will cause a trigger. You know, they know where to really hurt if they use that to get a reaction out of you. And the narc X know that they never will have a chance to even, like, you can't say 2 words to me because of things that happened in the past. I'm gonna leave that out of the video because I'm not getting into details with that. But the thing about it is they know that, I see you and I know what's up. And so I know what you're trying to do now. And, so the narcissists, they just don't let go. They're not going to let up easy. And they want revenge on anybody who doesn't see it their way. Anybody who they feel like have gotten away from them, trust me, they want revenge. It may not be, it'll be sooner than later. But the thing about it is, don't ever think that the narc has just forgotten all about you. Even if you just come up, if your name just comes up in the future, if you're out of sight, out of mind. But if they see you, trust me, they're going to drag your name because they always have to be a victim. They're going to let people know, yeah, did I tell you about this and such that happened? And a lot of times all the time they're lying and making things up because, of course, they have to be a victim. And they tell this to people most of the time who don't know anything about you because they know that the person is going to take it into consideration. And again, that's where the false witnessing come in at. If this person shares that information and they don't really know anything about that firsthand about you. So that's how the narcissists operate, the same way, just a different day. And it's like that all over the world. And it's going to be like that until the end of time. So just don't ever think that because you have the strong discernment that God has blessed you with, and you feel like, yeah, like, I got this and these teachings, I can, like, not only that I can share this with the world, of course I'm going to share with my own children. Don't ever think that the narcissists won't try to get their hands on those kids to get to you. Because the devil is mad that we talk about this. He mad. And he wants revenge. He wants to punish us. He wants to teach us a lesson. And no one is off limits to use to hurt you. They will use anybody to hurt you. And I just wanted to use that as an example because it's a very hurting thing when it comes to your children. Like, don't touch my kids. Don't mess with my kids. I don't care how old they are. They're going to always have their place in my heart as if they were still in the womb or the moment I laid eyes on them when I first gave birth. Like, just don't touch my children. I don't care who you are. And it will never be good between us. Never be good between us. But again, I got to let their hand go and let them live life and experience things on their own and go through that heartache and, just learn life's lessons on their own. I can tell them stories all day. I can preach to them all day. I can warn them. The signs can be clear as day, but they still have to go through the motions on their own. So that's just something that I want to talk about today, a little different from what I normally talk about dealing with narcissists. But just be careful, parents, or anyone who's really close with someone and that the narc is there as well. Like, it's just like I don't know, it just gives me chills to know that something so evil would get close to your own children. It give me chills, like, and sometimes you have to feel You may feel undefeated or feel like that it's nothing you can do about it, but at the same time, God is there to remind you, look, I gave you one job and let me do the rest. That's why we have to always pray over our kids, no matter where they are, no matter how old they are. Because no one is above prayer. Like, everybody can use prayer. Everybody. Because what's going on in this world is bigger than just how we feel like, oh, I can handle it. I'm not worried about that. And my kids have that type of attitude because they're strong-willed like me. They get a lot of that from me. They were raised through the struggle. They were raised seeing how, we were able to get through things and not let it take control of us and bring us down. And it wasn't always good, but we got through it. God got us through it. So that's their mentality. It's an automatic that they feel that way. But when it comes to something in a spiritual world, something so evil, it's like it just puts you in a place where you're super overprotective. And they be like, look, let me handle this. I got me. And you're feeling like, but I know more about this than than what you think, is more serious than, how these old kids think. Y'all know how these kids think. And my children in their early 20s, about to be 24 and 25, Lord. Sometimes I'll be forgetting how old they are. But yeah. So that's all I wanted to put out there right quick. Thank y'all for watching. Leave your thoughts down below. Talk to you soon.